Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I am sharing a seriously delicious chocolate chip cookie brownie bar with you. Now, these bars are vegan, paleo, and grain-free, and yet they taste exactly like an ooey gooey buttery chocolate chip cookie, except we're gonna cook them in a pan and then cut them into bars.
So good.
So I have a feeling that you guys are really gonna enjoy this recipe. And as a matter of fact, if you do me a favor and make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and come down to the comments below and let me know so I can continue to make the content that you most want to see. Now, the great thing about this recipe is that it's dump and stir. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So if there's any part of you that thinks you don't know how to bake, I absolutely guarantee you that you can make this recipe. So to get started, I've got my oven preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I also have an 8x8 baking dish that I'm just gonna spray down with some cooking spray. You could also coat the pan with some butter or coconut oil, whatever you use, just make sure that you do grease the pan because we don't want the bars to stick. The next thing I need to do is make my chia egg. Now, if you're not familiar with a chia egg, it's basically just a vegan substitution for a traditional egg that works brilliantly in recipes just like this one. All you need to do is take 1 tablespoon of ground up chia seeds, and do note that chia seeds don't usually come ground up, so you just want to pop them into a coffee grinder and give them a quick whirl to get them broken down. So take 1 tablespoon of that ground up chia seed and mix it with 3 tablespoons of water. Just gently mix it together and then let it sit for about 5 minutes. And what you're gonna see is that the chia seeds absorb the water and the whole thing gels up a bit and it gets this consistency that's just like an egg. And this is gonna help to bind the bars together. And of course, if you do eat eggs, then you could certainly sub an egg here as well. Either one works, so just do what works for you. Okay, so to make the bars, I've got a nice big bowl and I'm gonna start with 1 cup of cashew butter. Now, personally, I love using cashew butter because to me, cashew butter tastes exactly like cookie dough. I don't know, that's the way it tastes to my taste buds, but it is a little bit spendy. So do know that you can really use any nut or seed butter that you have on hand or that you prefer. Then to that, I'm adding in the chia egg, a 1/2 cup of maple syrup to sweeten. You wanna make sure to get the real deal there. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, and then 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, which is also gonna help to hold the bars together. Gently mix that all together until you have a nice thick cookie dough consistency, just like this. I mean, it really does look like cookie dough. And then I'm adding in a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Now, do note, if you want to keep this recipe 100% vegan, you have to make sure that you get a dairy-free chocolate chip as well. So I will be sure to link down to one of my favorites down in the description box below. Gently stir those chips in until they're evenly distributed throughout your batter, and we're gonna transfer this into my greased baking dish. So just get all of the dough in there, and then you just wanna go back down and smooth it out so it's nice and even over the top. Because the dough is a little sticky, a great trick is to either wet your hands or to wet a spatula. This way it doesn't stick, and then just pat the top until you've got it nice and evened out. Looking good, okay. Then we're just gonna pop this into our 350 degree oven and let it cook for 30 minutes or until the bars are set up and the top is golden brown. Now, as you guys know, I am not for restriction or deprivation when it comes to eating well, but I do like having fun playing with kind of leveling up the quality of the ingredients that I'm working with. So I love that we can take something as traditional as a chocolate chip cookie bar and then fill in real, whole, nourishing ingredients, no processed flours, no processed sugars, and still get an insanely delicious end result. So good. Now, truly the hardest part of this recipe is it really works best if you let them cool completely before you cut into them. And then once they are ready to cut, I like to cut them into 9 squares. And then if I think we're gonna eat them in a day or 2, which is not that hard to do when you've got a family of 4, I'll leave them on the counter or on the stove and I'll just cover them with a dish towel. But if you want them to go the long haul, then what I would do is just transfer them into an airtight container and they will happily last in your fridge for up to a week. Ooey gooey buttery chocolate chip cookie deliciousness. So good. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love this recipe. It is so good. And while they would obviously be delicious any day of the week, they're great for lunch boxes, they also work really well if you bring them along to a cookout or for a picnic. So make sure that you keep this recipe in your back pocket. And my dear friend, if you haven't already, would you please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video with anybody else you know who wants to eat well, cook more, and feel amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Danny Spees, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I am sharing a seriously delicious chocolate chip cookie bar. And today I am saying, would you please take a moment to like this video? Ha ha ha. Boo, yeah, kosher. Let's take it from the top.